Chris Long, Robin Robinson, Dan Dobrowolski weather, Bruce Wolf sports. From WFLD in Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
Good evening, everybody. Glad you're with us on a Friday night. The summit courtship is flowering. Tonight, it's Mikhail Gorbachev hosting President Bush at a dinner at the Soviet Embassy in Washington. But despite smiles, handshakes, and warm receptions on both sides, more snags cropped up during day 2 of the summit talks today. Fox reporter Niles Latham joins us live now from Washington with the latest on the summit. Niles?
Presidents Bush and Gorbachev are wrapping up the second day of the summit at a dinner at the Soviet Embassy. After hours of hard bargaining, there was good reason to finally celebrate. There was a little extra feeling behind the traditional champagne toast at the Soviet Embassy. Earlier, the two leaders put their signatures on a series of landmark agreements propelling superpower relations beyond the Cold War.
May not agree on everything, and indeed we don't agree on everything, but we believe in one great truth. The world has waited long enough. The Cold War must end.
The centerpiece of this dramatic signing ceremony was a statement committing both sides to reducing their strategic nuclear arsenals by 35 to 50%. Final details remain to be negotiated, but Fox News has learned that the two leaders are planning to announce another summit in Moscow later this year to sign the expected treaty. Also signed was an agreement to phase out chemical weapons and to limit nuclear testing. But the jewel in the crown, as far as Gorbachev was concerned, is the signing of a landmark trade agreement. With Baltic American groups turning up the heat with a huge rally on Capitol Hill, the trade agreement looked like it was in jeopardy. Gorbachev told congressional leaders he desperately needs Western credit and most favored nation trade status to help revive the Soviet economy.
It would be humiliating if we were to ask for, if we were to beg.
But in a dramatic last-minute concession, Mr. Bush agreed to sign a trade agreement.
Given the President's long-standing condition that we will not be granting MFN until the Soviets pass their immigration legislation, this agreement will not be sent to the Congress until after such legislation has been enacted.
Tomorrow, the summit moves to Camp David, where the two leaders hope to discuss some major problems in a more relaxed setting. At the White House, Niles Latham reporting for Fox News.
Now, Niles, am I correct here? That's not most favored nation status, but what it will apparently do is lower the barrier, the tariff on Soviet goods coming into this country. Is that all part of it?
That's right. The Soviets must still deal with the Jewish immigration problem.
Okay, Niles Latham from Washington. Thank you. Again today, Mikhail Gorbachev showed that he likes to get up close and personal with the American public at almost the very same spot he worked the Washington crowds during his trip here in 1987. Gorbachev today pressed the flesh under the watchful and no doubt nervous eyes of the Soviet KGB, that's their secret service, as well as American lawmen. The shaky camera testimony to the almost frantic rush of people surrounding the Soviet leader, who really seems to revel in this type of exposure. Crowds on the streets of our nation's capital chanting, "Gorby, Gorby," as the leader of the communist world greeted them today. The superpower presidents were not the only ones sharing the spotlight today. Their first ladies, their wives, were at Wellesley College in Massachusetts giving some stately advice to the future movers and shakers of our country. Barbara Bush and Raisa Gorbachev gave the class of 1990 a graduation ceremony to remember. Both women stood side by side with the same goal today, to set an example for women everywhere. Mrs. Gorbachev spoke of the virtues of Soviet perestroika and her husband's economic reforms. Mrs. Bush addressed critics who claimed she wasn't a suitable role model for women of the 90s.
Somewhere out in this audience may even be someone who will one day follow in my footsteps and preside over the White House as the president's spouse, and I wish him well.
Some students wore purple armbands protesting the choice of Mrs. Bush as a speaker, though. But the standing ovation at the end of her speech indicated the First Lady may have won over most of her skeptics there. Locally, panic at a northwest suburban shopping mall today when a truck spills dangerous chemicals into the septic system, slightly injuring 33 people. Shoppers and salespeople were evacuated from the Stratford Square Mall in Bloomingdale today when sulfuric acid seeped into the mall's septic system. Officials say it happened when a truck accidentally backed into a wall at the loading dock at Marshall Field store, toppling a drum of cleaning solution onto the ground. The chemicals apparently leaked into the sewer, contaminating the mall's entire system. The 33 victims were treated for various ailments, including burning eyes and nausea. The mall remained closed for more than 5 hours today. Mayor Daley has turned over his plan for an airport on the southeast side to an Illinois-Indiana commission. When he proposed the Lake Calumet Airport, Mayor Daley asked for federal funds for a city study of the site, but federal officials wanted it added to airport sites already under review by the commission. Today, a U.S. transportation official said the city had submitted the Calumet site as requested. It joins now 4 other airport sites being considered in northern Illinois and Indiana. And problems on the ground at O'Hare Airport this morning started a domino effect, causing a major traffic jam in the sky. FAA officials say an AT&T technician accidentally cut a power line, causing a communication breakdown at O'Hare. The problems began this morning, delaying flights for up to an hour and a half today. Aviation officials say it was 6:30 in the evening tonight before flights got back pretty much on schedule. Well, an 8th grade student will be tried as an adult for allegedly firing the gunshot that killed a baby girl on Chicago's South Side. Today, a Cook County grand jury indicted 15-year-old Jerome Dorsett, who prosecutors say fired a rifle from the window of a CHA building. A stray bullet hit 6-month-old Roshanda Flowers in the head 2 weeks ago as her mother was pushing the baby in her stroller near 41st and Cottage Grove. Prosecutors say Dorsett fired the deadly shot from the 5th floor window of a vacant apartment in the Ida B. Wells housing project. 3 men are being held on a combined $14 million bond tonight, accused of trying to buy $1 million worth of bogus cocaine from undercover cops. Narcotics agents cornered the 3 in suburban Bolingbrook, and as Al Waters explains, authorities are looking into a possible Middle Eastern connection.
Drug agents made quite a haul in their reverse sting: 2 automatic handguns and a rifle, $170,000 in cash, expensive jewelry, and these 2 late model cars and a truck. Federal agents and undercover police arranged to sell $1 million worth of cocaine to these 3 men: Jamshid Mansouri and his brother Mohammed, both Iranian nationals, and Luis Gonzalez of San Antonio, Texas. The agents met the men at the shopping center with the cocaine, which was actually a harmless white powder. When the undercover police showed their badges, Mohammed Mansouri jumped into the red Mercedes and allegedly tried to run over police, who fired several shots at him. After a brief high-speed chase, Mansouri was cornered at the end of a dead-end street.
These are not new players to this game. I mean, these are sophisticated narcotics dealers, you know, who had already, through information we've learned, made contact to resell the amount that they were going to purchase.
Agents also seized property at the Mansouri's used car business on North Avenue and at a luxury apartment in this high-rise along Lakeshore Drive on the Gold Coast. And what about a possible Iranian connection?
Money was being sent back to Iran, large sums of it, in one instance in excess of $50,000. What anybody in Iran was using the money for, I couldn't say.
Now, police also told us a reverse sting makes it easier for them to seize the truck, the cars, and the cash, because by law they only have to show they were used in the act of buying illegal drugs. Now, later, this contraband can be put to use in undercover work, which goes to show sometimes crime does pay. But in this case, for the good guys. Al Waters, Fox 32 News, Joliet.
Robin Robinson off tonight. Glad you're with us. Still ahead on Fox 32 News this evening. They kept us in suspense for weeks, but finally, a family from Lombard steps forward to claim a huge lotto jackpot. Lucky folks that they are. And later on tonight, he's everyone's favorite handyman, Bob Vila, brings his skills to Chicago's Wicker Park neighborhood.
Fox 32 News is sponsored in part by Dominic's. No one knows quality and value like we do.
Welcome back, an all-time favorite, California large Bing cherries, now only 79 cents a pound at Dominic's. Save on fresh from the field large head lettuce, crisp and nutritious, and just 39 cents a head. And while at Dominic's, check out the just-picked goodness of juicy California medium nectarines, only 79 cents per pound. Dominic's. No one knows produce like we do.
Right now, during the Nissan After Nissan celebration, we've got great deal after great deal on our cars and trucks, like $1,000 cash back on the reliable Sentra 2-door XE, or $1,000 cash back on the powerful hardbody 4x2. Or you could make your best deal on one of the 30 other models we've got. That's a lot of cars and trucks, which means you could have a problem deciding just which one you want. But this event won't last long, so you better hurry to your Nissan dealers now. That way you'll have plenty of time to make up your mind. Nissan after Nissan after Nissan. So many cars, so little time. I've got dibs on the red one.
Don't you just love the sun? It feels so good on your skin. And now with Almay's new sun care, you can be good to your skin in the sun. Sun care that's skin care. That's Almay. Fragrance-free, the way you want it. Hypoallergenic, softening, soothing, PABA-free, and alcohol-free too. And oil-free and moisturizing formulas for your type of skin. Almay Sun Care, just in time for summer.
Most credit cards advance you cash, but then immediately take interest back and keep on taking it. But now you can get cash interest-free with your Discover card. Just pay your balance every month, and for a small transaction fee, we'll give you the cash interest-free. So take it from us instead of giving it to them. It pays to Discover.
Quite a day on Wall Street. The stock market closed out the week today at record levels. For the first time ever, the Dow Jones 30 Industrial Average closed above the level of 2,900. The Dow closed up a little more than 24 points today to close at 2,900.97. For the week, the Dow is up 80 points. The market rose apparently because traders believe interest rates are heading lower due to a weaker than expected economy. The state's unemployment rate hit its lowest level in nearly 11 years last month. It fell to 5.3%, down from 6.1% a month ago. The dip in unemployment attributed to new hiring by construction, retail trades, and also services. And the construction industry in the Chicago area is dealing with a work stoppage tonight. One of the sites affected, the Harold Washington Memorial Library in the South Loop. Bricklayers and stonemasons from a 6-county area went on strike today after contract talks broke down. One sticking point in talks, the Worker Pension Fund. There is, however, one man in the Chicago area tonight who doesn't have to worry about a pension, even a job for that matter. Retired carpenter Ed Sherwin of Lombard finally stepped forward today to claim his big, and I mean big, $42 million lotto prize. But as Ann Cavanaugh reports, spending the prize will be a family affair.
All I've ever asked for is to be left alone, and
that wish was not granted today. 70-year-old Ed Sherwin was the center of attention as he accepted his $42 million lotto check. Ed and his wife Dorothy are splitting their winnings evenly with their 5 children and 16 grandkids.
I couldn't spend it. What am I going to do with it? I'm 70 years old. What am I going to do with it? Come on, face it.
Ed still doesn't know how he's going to spend the money, but the rest of his family has some ideas.
I want to go to Disney World. Jack, Mom, we're going to McDonald's.
Grandson Greg is going to college.
There goes financial aid, I guess. You know, that's about all I can say.
And son Leonard, a carpenter, is taking an early retirement.
I've hung up my hammer.
Ed and Dorothy Sherwin bought the $42 million lottery ticket here at CB Foods in Villa Park. The couple buys a lottery ticket here every Saturday when they do their grocery shopping. There was no special formula. The winning ticket was a quick pick. Sherwins are tied for the largest single winning jackpot in Illinois history. They waited 2 weeks to come forward.
I guess we wanted to make you guys stew.
Illinois' newest millionaire says he was a rich man long before he struck lotto gold.
For your information, guys, we've been married 43 years, and it's been fine. No problems. We have all our nice family to show for it.
Ann Cavanaugh, Fox 32 News.
That's almost $1 million a year. Coming right up on Fox 32 News, Dan Dobowalski will have the warm weekend forecast and damage estimates in the millions of dollars tonight for a Texas town ravaged by twisters. And later on tonight, NASA would be proud of a group of students attempting a rocket launch now if they can only find the rocket.
What in the world is happening on 9:30?
The man in this inspirational commercial is in town to open a bionics exhibit at the Museum of Science and Industry. We'll have a preview and meet Bill Denby tonight on 9:30.
It's more than news. It's the time of our lives. 9:30.
Sunday, after one of the Curtis brothers wins a fair fight, the loser's friends want to even the score.
The Outsiders, Sunday at 6.
The action's been great at Toyota's big league sales event. And there's some commotion down on the field. What started it, John?
The Murrays took a shot at the $1,000 Corolla and Tercel incentives. Then the fans heard Toyota offered big savings on Corolla option packages. I don't think anybody can stop this kind of dealing. Can't you do something? You bet! I'm buying a Corolla before this series ends! Joe,
Great deals, best incentives ever. But it ends soon. See your Toyota dealer now.
Look to Jewel to spice up your menu plans. Start with thick and hearty or garden-style ragu spaghetti sauce. Just 99 cents a jar with coupon. Save $1 on Tombstone singles or Tombstone thin crust pizza with coupon. And for a zesty taste every time, it's McCormick pepper. A 4-ounce can is $1.59. To spice up your menus.
Are your teeth sensitive? Do they hurt? Watch out for the domino effect. It could end in tooth loss. It's a chain reaction that can start with sensitive teeth, then pain, which can make you stop brushing. That can lead to plaque buildup, gingivitis, periodontal disease, even tooth loss. Sensodyne helps stop the pain and the domino effect. Ask your dentist if you need Sensodyne, the toothpaste dentists recommend most for sensitive teeth. Helps stop the pain and the domino effect with Sensodyne.
Well, he turned fixing faucets and laying brick into television entertainment, rehabbing homes on a public television show called This Old House. Now that Bob Vila has moved off that show, he's coming to Chicago to start another one. Vila came to town today to plug his first co-star on that new show, a Greystone 2-flight in Wicker Park on the near northwest side. This summer, Vila's crew will fix the house and tape 13 episodes of the show.
Why did I come to Chicago? It's the hottest architects town in the country.
By the way, even for the pros, old houses hold expensive surprises. Vila found out after he bought this place that it needed a new basement floor. A little extra, he says, will bump the cost of this rehab to about $75,000. I'm one of those who admires anybody who can even drive a nail straight, let alone rehab a house. You're probably pretty good at that, though, aren't you?
Oh, I'm a pro.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I could show him a few things. Maybe I'll do that.
Sir, I know Bob Vila, and you, sir,
I know Bob Vila.
How's the weekend shaping up weather-wise?
Well, it's going to be warmer. That's the good news. Maybe some thunderstorms, though. So far this year, I know our weekend's been a little bit rough, but down to the south, folks, they've had some really nasty weekends and nasty, nasty weather. These are the pictures from yesterday afternoon. You see one of these guys, you want to definitely get in the basement. This is Spearman, Texas, which is way up in the Panhandle area of Texas. Fortunately, no one really badly hurt from these storms, but millions and millions of dollars of damage. Look at that nasty guy right there. Let's go to the national satellite picture and see where those storms fired up. Now, Spearman, Texas sits right about there. We're going to put this into motion. You're going to notice this huge blast of massive thunderstorms blowing up across Texas and then spreading off to the north. Also, farther to the north, watch this. Wow. See that big, bright, white area there? Those are some very nasty storms now coming across North and South Dakota. This entire area under a tornado watch. This area under a tornado watch. This area is spreading off to the northeast. So it looks like for this weekend, we're definitely going to be having the threat of thunderstorms for tomorrow. Once this entire mess moves by on Sunday, I think we'll see some more sunshine, but a very windy day and definitely turning cooler. How cool? Well, temperatures look like they're going to be generally in the 70s. However, much cooler air behind this. As a matter of fact, right now, snow is falling in Colorado and Wyoming, where they have snow and blowing snow advisories. Here's a closer picture of the Midwest. You can see just high, thin clouds right now across Illinois. Heavier storms down to our south, and again, those very nasty storms out here in the Dakotas. This is the latest radar view, and as you can see again, here's the solid line of storms extending down into Nebraska, moving off to the east. Right now, nothing here in Illinois. However, some storms down there around St. Louis, and again, this entire mess is gradually coming our way, so it looks like by tomorrow morning and through tomorrow, we are going to have the threat of scattered thunderstorms, but temperatures are going to be staying on the mild side. Hey, it's mild out there right now. Look at Midway, still 81 degrees, 75 downtown, 77 degrees officially at O'Hare with the humidity at 69%. Pressure is falling. Winds are from the south at 9. Look for strong winds from the south, southwest for tomorrow. High today, look at that. We made it all the way up to 85 degrees. The morning low was a mild 63, and this is what's going to be happening for tomorrow across the country. Stormy weather rumbling up and down the Mississippi River Valley. Behind this, clearing skies, this little area of clearing right there, that's going to be pushing in for Sunday. It looks like we'll start to clear out a little later on tomorrow, and then some sunshine Sunday morning, but then this area of cloudiness should be moving in, and again, behind this, very windy. Those strong winds are going to be coming in for Sunday. As for a few temperatures tomorrow, look at Phoenix. They're going to be scorching at 101 degrees. The entire eastern part of the country, warm and humid, scattered thunderstorms. thunderstorms. Look for New York City to be 82 and thunderstorms in Tampa 91 degrees. Our complete weekend forecast, it looks like this. For tonight, partly cloudy skies and mild, a low of 65. There will be a chance of an isolated thunder shower by tomorrow morning. For tomorrow, windy, warm, and humid. Scattered thunderstorms. Some of those could be on the heavy side. High temperature of 84 for tomorrow night. Look for thunderstorms early, then some clearing. That cooler air is going to start to push in. Low temperature down around 60. Now, Sunday is going to be a bit cooler, but still not too bad. Partly sunny skies, windy and cool. By late in the day, maybe a sprinkle and a high temperature of 76. As we move ahead, Monday, again, much cooler. 69 degrees. Winds will come off the lake. 74 for Tuesday. 77 degrees on Wednesday. Chance of some sprinkles both days. Enjoy your weekend. Here's more news.
Thank you, Dan. I've heard a rumor that there's a basketball game in the area tonight.
Do I look like Vern Lundquist to you?
A little bit.
Getting a little portly there. And hey, stay tuned. It's still halftime of that game.
Sports with Bruce Wolf is sponsored in part by your local Dodge dealer, where the spirit always shows.
In today's competitive car market, there's one place that gives you the advantage. The advantage of Dodge Caravan, America's best-selling minivan. More cargo room than Chevy Lumina vans, and the highest customer satisfaction ranking of any minivan sold in the U.S. Plus the advantage of a great selection and up to $1,032 in savings on popular options packages on select models. There's only one place that has the edge. It's Advantage Dodge.
You were such a beautiful baby. Let Sun-In baby you now. Stay baby blonde with Sun-In. Only Sun-In has Silconol, so your hair not only looks baby blonde, it feels baby soft. Baby yourself. Put sun in your hair.
Your whole being changes and you become an irritable, cranky witch. I get bloated. Sometimes I get real bad headaches. Primacin it's my weapon against PMS.
Primacin PMS for the period before your period.
Now Little Lotto gives you a little something on top of big cash prizes 3 times a week. More chances to win. Cars, Plymouth lasers. Just match 2 numbers and enter Little Lotto's laser drive-away. In June, lucky Little Lotto players will win 3 lasers every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 39 of them. Never played Little Lotto? Well, hey, get going. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Little Lotto, Little Lotto, Little Lotto.
Those legions of Bruce Wolf fans are watching you now during halftime of the Bulls-Pistons
Well, they want to
game.
know about the White Sox, who are playing those tough Western Division teams.
And doing well.
Right now, absolutely. They tell me there's a big game going on tonight. It's got to be the Sox hosting the Twins, the big battle for second place in the American League West. And Robin Ventura isn't hitting, but nothing gets through on the Ventura Highway. The Ken Herbeck smash and the sensational can of corn by Robin. He gets his man. He looks like Brooks Robin's son. On the Kirby Puckett bounder. The leap and the throw. He's out of there. Sox took a 1-0 lead in the 4th. 21-mile-an-hour winds at Comiskey, and Dan Pascal slices this one down the left field line. Gary Gaetti and Dan Gladden could have used butterfly nets. Ivy Calderon comes around to score, and the White Sox have the lead. But in the 8th inning, Melito Perez makes a mistake. Jim Dwyer hits a boom shakalaka, and this ball game is all tied up at 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Steve Lyons on base. Let's go to that bottom of the 9th. I know Melito's upset. Here's Carlos Martinez, the smash, a base hit. Steve Lyons coming around to score, and the White Sox a 2-1 winner at Comiskey Park. Looking at the scoreboard, Oak over KC Callan, Texter tied, Mill over Tor, Cleve over Bost, NY over Balt, and Deaton Siat, nothing going on. Well, the Sox game isn't the big one. The big one is the Cubs-Cards. That great rivalry, and this weekend especially significant because it's a battle for last place. First inning, and handy-dandy Andy Dawson with a check swing off Jose De Leon, and Ryan Sandberg will score 1-0. Can't say the Cubs exactly pounced on De Leon. The Cards tied it in the 4th. Terry Pendleton with the single to right off Greg Mannix. Willie McGee will score, and the score right now 2-1. It's the Cardinals' favorite Mont over Pitt, NY over Phil, Atlanta and Sandy, Sin in L.A., Houston, San Fran. You can see for yourself. Well, baseball is the national pastime, but today at least it does have to take a backseat to golf, the fastest growing sport in America. Did you know they have to build a golf course every day between now and the end of the century to meet the demand of new golfers? And then what the heck are we going to do for cemeteries? Get buried in the rough, I guess. Second round of the Kemper Open. Seve Ballesteros wants to be stateside to tune up for the Western here next week in the U.S. Open here. And then here in Potomac, Maryland, he hits a 9-iron a foot away just about. He didn't make the cut, though. Shot of the day, Mark Lai, who didn't make the cut either, with a great lie coming up right in the cup. The leader is Gil Morgan. Well, at the Chicago Stadium tonight, the Bulls basketball team involved in a series with the Detroit Pistons. But this is the rerun season, isn't it? And I think we saw this one last year. Pistons up 3-2 in the semifinals. First quarter action, Michael Jordan was hot, got the Bulls off to an early 12-6 lead. Chuck Daly doesn't like it. Now Horace Grant misses, but he gets his own rebound, and Horace scores 18-15 Bulls. And the shot clock winding down. Scottie Pippen with the three-pointer, Bulls up by 4. But Bill Laimbeer responds with the fall away plus the foul. 21-20 Bulls at the quarter. The second quarter, the Bulls ran out. Pippen on the break. 5-point lead, and the score now 47-44. We're at the half, and now we send you back to Chris.
Thank you. I'm courtside.
Okay.
On 9:30 tonight, you're going to talk with a guy who's made quite a name for himself on a basketball court in a commercial.
That's right. Bill Denby, of course, has artificial limbs, and he looks like a great basketball player out there. We'll be talking to him.
Looking forward to seeing him. Finally, on the south side of Chicago tonight, the search goes on for a reluctant rocket ship passenger lost in space. Part of a student team from DuSable High School. This little furry fellow was assigned the role of Astro Rat in the physics project. Nice job. While a teacher called yesterday's blast-off a success, I doubt the rat would agree. It seems his ship veered off course. His parachute malfunctioned. They think he landed somewhere in Washington Park. Also at 9:30, we're going to talk stress. That rat has stress. You may have stress. I may have stress. We'll find out how to deal with it next on 9:30.